yeah, I think we're live. So, medyo maulan siya ngayong gabi. Medyo inaasahan ko medyo konti lang yung makaka-join sa atin because this is a very last minute na pa-live for this evening. Medyo marami kasing naging updates in the past 24 hours with regards to Miss Universe. Kaya unti-unti natin na i-unpack yung mga um, things that has happened in the last 24 hours. So, first of all, there was a what do you call this? There was an interview that was released of the new owner, Anne Jakaphong Jakrajutatip. Doon sa interview na yon with a Thai I think it was a Thai television station, may mga ni-reveal siya na mga Miss Universe updates specifically for this Miss Universe season. So we're kind of a little bit of ecstatic with the things that she mentioned doon sa interview na yon. And yun, isa yun sa mga nakalista dito sa aking notes. Vin, hello? Heto na naman tayo with the internet connection na medyo spotty. I'm sorry about that. Medyo magpapatay ako ng ilang mga gadgets, mga wifi ng ilang gadgets para hindi tayo ma-interrupt dito sa ating pa-live ngayon. I will try to make this as quick as possible kasi yung mga yung mga updates ng Miss Universe this year, medyo madami siya doon sa mga ni-reveal ni Anne doon sa kanyang interview. And then we will talk a little bit about the standouts on the arrival ng mga Miss Universe candidates. There are some girls na I wanted to talk about with regards to their what do you call this? To their arrival outfits, ano yung mga items na nag-stand out sa akin in terms of sino yung super glowing, sino yung ang ganda ng wardrobe, ang ganda ng overall na impact ng outfit, ang ganda ng istorya ng mga outfits nila, sino yung mga during the makeup session, nakitaan mo na, ay, ang ganda-ganda pala nitong candidate na ito. So medyo kinakailangan bantayan natin tong mga girls na ito. Ayan. And then we will also be having some additional conversation about the accomplishments ng mga girls kasi habang tumatagal parang mas lalong na nakikitaan ko ng mas buo na istorya yung mga girls that has sustainability, na push doon sa kanilang advocacy, doon sa kanilang mga pageant campaigns. Ayan. So drop a quick hello on the comment section if you're new here. Medyo scatterbrain yata ako ngayong gabi because I have so much in my mind that I want to discuss. I am not sure kung kaya ko siyang isa-isahin lahat. I'm hoping na with my list, I am able to give some insights on them. So, dun sa mga bagong salta, dun sa mga bagong dating pa lang, please drop a like on the live stream natin ngayon. For those who are new here, please subscribe and medyo dumadami na tayo dito sa pa-live natin. Usually nagkakaroon ng spike doon sa mga new subscribers and followers. So ayan, let's say hi dito muna sa mga regulars natin. Rodwin Fiel has been a regular, Bandicot Kut has been a regular. Johan Sung is now a almost semi-regular. And sige, let us make some basa muna ng mga comments. Bandy says, a cold rainy evening to you, Sir Jason. Miss Italy has that winning glow. Buti napansin mo si Miss Italy kasi, my God, she's channeling like this Andrea Tovar na vibes. I am not sure kung napapansin nyo yung arrival niya. Hindi ko maalala yung yung outfit niya, to be honest. That's how I am so enamored doon sa look niya. Unang tingin ko sa kanya, parang, oh my God, si Andrea Tovar. It's like you splice the DNA of Andrea Tovar with that of Denny Mendez, and you put them together, and then you get, Virginia Stablo. Ayan. But Celeste did not disappoint, sabi ni Bandy. She justified the hype around her about you, sir. What do you think? I think it was a right move to wear that all red fur na ensemble with, I think yung kanyang skirt is, if I'm not mistaken, crocodile skin that is made out of synthetic leather. So good job on her for pulling that outfit, which can be tricky if hindi kung walang personality yung nagdadala. Ayan, I agree, she was one of the standouts doon sa Arrivals. Clark Vida, hello po, new here. Hello Clark, I hope that you subscribe to our channel. Sana mag-like ka na din doon sa live natin today. Welcome to the channel, welcome to Sashes&Scripts, and today we will do our second live stream update doon sa ano ba nangyayari ngayon sa Miss Universe? Kasi ang daming isplok ni Madam Anne na parang feeling ko we need to catch our breath kasi sa dami ng inisplok niya, parang feeling ko, okay, yung mga pageant pages na naghahari-harian, nagre-reynahan noon sa mga exclusive, biglang burado lahat kasi nanggagaling na mismo kay Anne yung mga splok. And that is a good thing kasi ibig sabihin nito, walang kuryente. And I much more like that to happen rather than yung speculative tayo on ano ba talaga ang mangyayari. Ayan. Okay, wait lang. May something sa, sorry about that. May something doon sa may I think may langgam dito na malapit sa sa camera ko. Ayan. There. Johan Sung, first for 2023, sir. First comment mo ba? Ito hindi naman yata. Oh yeah, kasi ito yung first live stream natin for this year. Mark Gonzalez says, good evening, sir. Any idea or knowledge with why Azerbaijan didn't make it? Her sash wasn't seen in the line of sashes as shown in a photo posted by MU. Wait, kasali ba sa Azerbaijan? Hindi ba si si Kazakhstan yung nag-pull out because lack of funding from her national org? Tama ba? I think tama ba? Kasi I thought it was I think it's Kazakhstan yung nag-pull out, Mark. Vernon John Florendo, hi. Sir, what can you say about the new country sash design? Ayan, wait lang. Okay, doon sa sash design, yung font niya very Montserrat, very Verdana, very Arial. I don't know if it looks too generic or too plain, but I think it's too thin. Siguro medyo tabaan sana nila ng konti yung font. Kasi pag malayo, parang paano mo makikilala yung girl pag ganun kanipis yung tangkay nung mga strokes ng font. I think that's the only criticism that I can say about the sash kasi maganda yung font, no doubt about it. It looks more classy because any font na sans serif, that's actually a lot of the direction na luxury brands are going at. If you look at yung mga traditional na mga logo fonts ng YSL, na ngayon Saint Laurent na lang siya, yung mga font ng Balenciaga na sans serif na ngayon, there is there is some classiness to it and medyo luxury ang dating kapag very sans serif yung font. What I mean is kapag tinatawag nating sans serif yung font, it means wala siyang masyadong flourish, wala siyang masyadong mga decorative elements. So kumbaga sa ulam, parang plain adobo siya. Walang masyadong rekado. Suka, paminta, a little bit of laurel, and konting toyo, yun na yun. And that's the beauty of the sans serif na font. However, I think na kinakailangan nilang kapalan or tabaan ng konti yung mga tangkay nung kanilang new sash. Ayan. Johan Sung, nanlamon si Celeste sa Arrival sa NOLA. I agree. Haji yes, sa mga splok ni Madam Anne na lost in translation yung iba. That is why you need to be very careful with Google Translate. It is much better if you have someone who speaks Thai translate it for us. JUP says, hi, Sir Jess. Hope new episode with Tita L for analysis. Thank you. Okay, magkikita kami ni Tita around mid of this month after Miss Universe. So, kakausapin ko siya kung she's open for a post-Miss Universe analysis that we can share the live stream on later kung sakaling okay siya doon sa idea. Kasi magkakaroon kami ng dinner together. Ayan. But yes, ito, long overdue na to. December pa namin gustong mangyari. Kakausapin ko siya kung ano yung araw na available siya kasi medyo maluwag ang schedule ko after Miss Universe. Ayan. AJ Baay, Sir Jason, who stands out in the Arrival for you. Pag-uusapan natin yan mamaya. May mga listahan na ako ng mga girls. Daniel P. Yuson Jr. Hi, Sir Jason. What's your take on the traditional swimsuit concept? Again, isa yan sa mga pag-uusapan natin kasi I don't think na they will go towards the 2020 edition na super sexy ng swimwear. I think they're going to be a little bit more safe. Ibig sabihin, ayaw nilang ma-alienate yung advertisers na masyadong sexy yata itong swimsuit na to. I think ang direction nila is to make it look classy, to make it look like hindi na objectify yung girl. Okay. Which means for me more fabric. Ayun. Sa mga bagong salta, please drop a like on our live stream and comment din kayo para tawag ito para magkakilala tayo in this live stream. Okay, Josh Moore. Grabe naman ang pangalan ni Josh Moore, oh. Anyway, transformational leadership, Miss Czech Republic. She's a teacher for kids with single mothers na pinalaki din siya ng mother niya who is also a single mother. Yes. I think may mga girls when I did yung post ko earlier today on the girls na I would say super accomplished, may mga European ako na hindi ko na idagdag. And I probably am going to compile them together with several African girls and Asian girls na I was not able to include in the first 10. So yung first batch na yon, patapusin ko muna na may i-post yung mga girls na yon, and then I'm going to do another set of 10 after matapos yung mga nakahilera ko on that items. Okay? Mark Gonzalez. I stand corrected. I meant Kazakhstan. What's your take on undoing the media rounds, essentially taking away the spotlight from her Naz, who's supposed to be the face of MU. That's the thing. I'd rather see Anne splook this, tell what are her plans for the Miss Universe organization, kasi there's a sense of authority, or there is may asawa siyang authority na magsalita. Kumbaga nakadikit yung authority niya kapag nagsasalita siya about what are the plans that she has for Miss Universe, and that is good because kumbaga iwas tayo sa kuryente. Ilang beses niyang inuulit yung catchphrase na transformational leader. So it's high time na bigyan natin ng pansin yon, pagtuunan natin ng pansin yon. Kasi I had in good authority from several friends of mine who, na nagmamasid sa Miss Universe na may mga candidates na medyo tinotone down yung kanilang wardrobe, na hindi masyado sexy, hindi masyado revealing, na hindi masyado hindi masyado Kardashian yung attack sa makeup na tawag ito na mga looks. And I'm looking at several Europeans na very guilty dito sa ganitong very sultry na look. So medyo hinay-hinay ngayon ang ilan sa kanila when it comes to their to the way that they package themselves, kasi nabanggit nga ni Madam Anna, ayaw niya, na gusto niya na hindi na o-objectify yung mga women. That is why nabanggit niya na classy, traditional yung swimsuits na gagamitin. Okay, where are we na? So, naki-Aling Vicky na tayo. Aling Vicky, hello po, good evening. Maganda at sexy si Celeste Cortesi, kaya kayang-kaya niya makipag-jumbagan, sipaan at sabunutan sa mga Latina. Kabog, di ba? I agree. But then again, we need to make sure na hindi siya masyado nadidikit doon sa tawag nito, doon sa masyadong pa-sexy. So, balansehin kung saan. Kasi kaya niya yung classy, kaya niya yung sultry, kaya niya yung sexy. So medyo balansehin na hindi masyado one-sided on the classy na nagiging boring, at hindi rin naman masyadong sexy na tipong hindi mo siya seseryosohin kapag nagsasalita siya. So it needs to be somewhere balanced between the two. Okay. Now let's probably start with yung live stream natin with the conversation on the what do you call this, on the lists of things na inilabas ni Thai Sashes. Thankfully it was him, it is Sinok yung naglabas ng mga translations nung mga nilabas ni Madam Anne, kasi kumbaga yung understanding niya of the language is much deeper than that of Google Translate lang. So the things that she mentioned during her interview was that, one, the winner must be beautiful, intelligent, and a transformational leader. So tatlong dimension yon na hindi ka lang dapat maganda, but you're also able to speak, able to communicate, able to express your thoughts on and opinions on certain issues, on certain questions that is thrown at you, and you also need to be a transformational leader. So dito pumapasok yung elemento na doon sa profile mo, lamanan mo na. Bigyan mo na ng pagkakataon yung mga tao, mga fans, that when they read your profile, they would understand things that you've accomplished in your life, things that you have overcome to be at where you are as a representative of your country in Miss Universe. So you need to make sure din siguro na may talking points ka with regards to your accomplishments kapag nag one-on-one interview kayo, kapag nag-panel interview kayo. Kasi this year i-introduce ni Madam Anne yung Black Room, kung saan she's there observing the girls, making sure na she take notes siguro on how the girls behave, ganyan, how they express themselves. Do they look confident while they're talking, or kinakabahan ba sila, or do they feel like they're genuinely expressing themselves, or merong facade na ito yung paano dapat gumalaw, kumilos, magsalita ang isang beauty queen, and that's what they're showing, the trained aspect of expressing themselves, yung praktisado. So I think that's one of the things that needs to be stressed on. This year it's going to be an all-female judges, which I do not agree, kasi society naman, hindi naman all women ang society. There's a balance between different genders. Ngayon, when we talk about genders, may cis male, may cis female, may trans male, may trans female, and there are several other genders in between. May mga aromantic, may mga asexual. So may mga they need to expand yung kanilang judging panel. And I would hope na every continent sana well represented in the judging panel so that it does not reflect too American or too Thai focused judging panel. I hope that they are able to get judges from Africa, from North and Latin America, from the Caribbean, from Europe, from the Mediterranean, because they need to spread it out so that every race, as much as possible, is represented if they are going to go the all-female route. Okay? Um, medyo bibilisan ko na itong mga discussion points kasi may mga comments na tayo ulit na babasahin after this discussion points. Okay? So, the age requirement remains to be 18 to 27, meaning kinakailangan si Miss Universe representative would have been 18 by the time she wins and not older than 27 by the time she wins her national pageant. Para kahit na mag-28 siya come Miss Universe, na-fulfill niya yung age limit ng Miss Universe that they need to be 27 by the time they won their national pageants. That's why you have several girls like I think Puerto Rico is already 28 years old na pasok pa rin siya doon sa eligibility ng Miss Universe because she was 27 when she won. So, those are things na we need to be very careful on the technicality. Now, the host is going to be a woman. I'm hoping na si Kat, si Catriona. But then again, dahil bagong owner ito, they might go someone who is more famous globally or more famous in the US para magkaroon sila ng hold doon sa market na American market. Kasi I think wala sila magiging problema doon sa Asian and Latin American markets. So they still need to maintain like a foothold on the what do you call this, on the American market na ayaw nilang pakawalan yon. Okay, so na-mentioned is the swimsuit will be classy and not sexy, and it's going to be focused more on having healthy, fit body. Meaning, baka hindi tayo masyadong magkaroon ng maraming cutouts na sexy doon sa mga swimsuits this year, or perhaps they might go towards a hindi masyado mataas yung cut sa may singit na mga swimsuit. Kumbaga, medyo close doon siguro sa 1950s na mga swimsuits at hindi masyado mataas na parang katulad ng 1980s na mga tanga na halos nasa waist na yung hiwa ng swimwear. So, I think that's the direction that they might take on. I am not sure though if ipagbabawal nila yung two-piece na swimwear. So I am hoping na they would leave that choice to the Miss Universe candidates, whether they wear a one-piece or a two-piece. Now, Anne will also observe from a dark room. Okay, I think nabanggit ko na yon. There's also the point where it was mentioned that the Miss Universe would focus more on a woman's value rather than objectifying her. And that is probably why we are expecting na baka mas conservative ang mga swimwear ngayon. Kasi imaginein mo nga din naman na masyado kang pa-sexy to the point na baka hindi ka naman seryosohin ng mga taong kausap mo because all they see is this sexy, sultry female talking about about global issues, and they would not take her seriously kasi hindi magtugma sa paningin nila na pwede naman pala na maging sexy ka at the same time you care for different advocacies, you care for different issues. I think they are playing into yung limitations ng mga audiences nila na baka hindi pa sila ready to marry yung ganung klaseng pag-iisip. Na hindi pa sila ganun ka-progressive when it comes to accepting women that what they wear is not essentially who they are as a person. So I'm not sure this is a very tricky conversation kung ano yung I'm not sure kung ano yung how they are going to frame this or how they are going to explain this, but I am hoping though that they stay true doon sa gusto nilang magkaroon ng mas focus on the value of the woman and her ability to bring something into the table. Okay, there are also special awards that will be announced on stage at magbabalik ang isang old na award which I am hoping which is going to be, you know, the traditional trifecta of the Miss Congeniality, Miss Photogenic, which we haven't seen, I think, since 2014, if I'm not mistaken. I think si Gabriela Berrios of Puerto Rico, yung the last Miss Photogenic na recipient. I also want na yung national costume is awarded on stage during the live finals. I heard na magbabalik si Impact Wave. So I'm hoping again na yung there is a stress on yung ano yung importance, bakit importante ang award na ito. JKN is mentioned na she will always listen to fan feedback to improve yung Miss Universe na organization. And then she mentioned that kay Miss Philippines or Miss Thailand, everyone is equal and there will be no preferential treatment. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nag-perform si candidate, magkakaroon siya ng placement. Pwede siyang manalo. So, yun. Other things that she mentioned is that the Miss Universe organization's office in New York is going to be converted into a five-star hotel, while yung offices nila in Bangkok will be open for Miss Universe fans to visit. Okay, and then there are instances na Anne will be present on stage during the Miss Universe na final na show. And the winners, or rather the host country pala, for 2024 and 2025 has been ironed out. And the Miss Universe na mananalo for 2023, meaning the 72nd edition, will have a month-long activity in the host country. So, again, in the entire conversation during that interview, she kept on insisting or rather mentioning yung transformational leadership. So, kinakailangan natin to latch on to that because that is, you know, probably the game changer in this year's Miss Universe edition. And she also mentioned that she has no right to choose the winner, although isa sa kanyang mga social media na mga posts, she mentioned that she can only guide the selection of the Miss Universe. Siguro pinag-usapan na niya with the organization what kind of winner she's looking for her Miss Universe organization. So it means that whoever they hire as a judge would probably have to follow yung directive ni Anne. So she might not have a direct na hand on picking the winner, but she probably is going to be there to tell them the kind of person that she wants to be crowned Miss Universe. Now, there are several things na I think na-mention ko na ito, yung sa hotel. I think that's it. I think yun yung pinaka-gist nung kanyang interview. And the beauty about this is that meron na tayong clear picture on what kind of personality she is looking for as Miss Universe. And I think that is a great way to open the Miss Universe JKN Global na era because sa umpisa pa lang, klaro na siya kung ano yung hinahanap niya in a leader. And I think that is the game changer this year. That is the kind of leadership that we want because upfront siya, transparent siya kung ano yung gusto niyang kind of leader for to be crowned Miss Universe. It's not like IMG era where it needed maybe 2-3 years bago natin na hulaan kung ano yung hinahanap talaga ng organization. It probably took us maybe 3 years. Kasi from the time Pia won, tapos nanalo si Iris, nanalo si Demile in their fourth year, nagamay na natin na ito yung hinahanap nila. They want someone na socially active, someone na may advocacy, na may community involvement sa kanyang resume. So it is more likely that alam niyo yung post niya na may butterfly na graphics or image or sculpture behind her, that is probably what she's looking for metaphorically. Kasi kung butterfly, before it gets to the butterfly stage, maraming stages yan na pinagdadaanan. And each stage leads to growth. And I think that's a dimension na a lot of fans seem to forget. Marami kasi sa atin na mga fans, we tend to overemphasize yung physicality, yung physical attributes ng candidates natin. Especially for this year, kasi I would agree, Celeste is probably one of the most physically perfect specimen of a Miss Universe Philippines that we've sent to Miss Universe. However, yung announcement ni Anne that she's looking for a transformational leader, it probably skipped the minds of a lot of Filipino fans that she is looking for a balance of different things, a balance of someone who can speak, someone who is intelligent, someone who has a story, someone who has a story that is inspirational and aspirational, someone who is relatable at the same time, someone who looks good on stage, who looks good on photos, who is a performer on the catwalk. So, kumbaga, hindi niya ikakahon na ito lang yung hahanapin ko. Siguro ngayon, a little bit of everything yung hahanapin niya, who is strong overall, a good balance of all these small mga attributes. That is why my coverage for Miss Universe this year is that uunahin ko muna yung mga accomplishments, uunahin ko muna yung mga sino yung mga candidates na ang ganda ng profile, who is on paper, on their bios looks perfect. Kasi if hindi nyo nalalaman din mga guys, yung mga bios na sinubmit nila ng mga candidates sa Miss Universe, yun yung babasahin ng mga judges when they're going to deliberate yung mga scores ng mga candidates who will make it into the top 20, top 10 ng mga candidates na papasok sa semis later on. Naka-binder lahat ng mga yon na isa-isang may binder ang mga judges so that if they're going to look over the candidates, titignan nila yung mga submitted na photo nila on the binder and their bios. So ibig sabihin, importante na doon sa bio pa lang, magpakitang gilas na yung mga candidates. Kasi kung makakarating yung mga bios na yun sa mga judges, then that is one of the things that they will be basing their decisions on who makes top 20. So that is why it's important for me na I cover that aspect. And then later on, I will be talking about the physicality aspect. Kasi wala pa namang preliminaries. So, anong pag-uusapan natin on the performance aspect? So, uunahin natin kung sino yung mga may mga masasabi about sustainable practices, which seems to be a focus of Miss Universe kasi ginawa na nila yan last year with a video on fast fashion. Ginawa na ulit nila this year with a YouTube live stream with several candidates that includes Miss China, Miss USA, the candidate from the Bahamas on climate change. So, yung mga yun, we need to make sure we cover that. We need to make sure na merong isang blogger or vlogger or YouTuber na doon nang huhugot ng listahan when it comes to their list on the most accomplished women in the Miss Universe batch or the front runner for the Miss Universe na pageant based on their profiles. Kasi hindi pwedeng drawing lang na because narinig nila from somewhere else without actually doing their job and researching, looking at the profiles isa-isa. Anong pinsan nila pinaghuhugutan na the best MMA on like this is Miss Philippines, Miss Colombia, Miss USA. Ano yung basis nila? Hindi naman pwedeng hangin lang sila ng hugot ng mga sinasabi nila. And I think that's one of the things that some bloggers miss, na tipong pag-uusapan nila yung naging live stream ko with Mark Sobrajani in Sobrajani in the past, I think, past 5 days, without understanding na profiles ang pinagbabasehan kung bakit yun yung nandun sa 7 na listahan. And this is again the reason why pag tinignan nyo yung social media feed ko, whether it's in Insta or in Facebook, I am listing down the girls and their achievements. That is why I have a post on Miss Aruba being, you know, a part of the UNICEF Kids Council, which is also sponsored by the Dutch royal family. If I'm not mistaken, I forgot which of the princesses ng Dutch royal family yung nag-i-spearhead nito. That is why there will be an upcoming post on Miss Bahamas, and the fact that she has a double master's degree. She has a master's degree on finance, and she has an international MBA, business administration. So, ganong klaseng kabibigat yung mga accomplishment ng ibang mga candidates this year. And we need to put a spotlight on that because it also ties in doon sa transformational leadership na hinahanap ng bagong organization this year. So, may dahilan kung bakit ang mga listahan ko, usually maraming mga fans and YouTubers pinagpipiestahan because they do not necessarily understand the process of how that list was brought about. Okay, so with that being said, I think I've said my piece on that. I think now, mas lalo na natin kinakailangan na pagtuunan ng pansin the girls and their Miss Universe journey because nandun na sila sa competition, nandun na sila sa NOLA, nandun na sila doon sa mismong battleground, which is going to be the ground zero come December tuloy, come January 15th here din sa Pilipinas. Okay? Before I jump in doon sa mga comments, let me just mention na may nakita tayo earlier na photograph with regards to like a photo shoot ng mga chosen candidates. The candidates that were chosen were Celeste, Amanda of Venezuela, Rbonney of the US, Anna of Thailand, and Maria Fernanda of Colombia. I think that photo shoot is going to be for Jojo Barangay shoes. Hindi ko alam kung sino yung mga candidates that they are going to pick for MUBA. Although I've heard na at least 2 Latina or 3 Latina yung nandoon sa listahan. Okay? Ayan, let's read the comments na. For those na bago doon sa ating live stream, please leave a like. I hope na you'd leave a like if it's not too much for you guys kasi it helps, activate the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm for us. Okay, marami na itong mga comments. Magmamadali ako sa pagdi-discuss. Okay, Josh Moore, I noticed that Peru is one of the girls na nag-tone down sa styling. Yes, kasi nga konting hinay sa pa-sexy. I think mas mas may value ngayon yung kayang tumawid ng iba't ibang looks. Lemon 23.5, good evening, Sir Jason. Since the special awards will be back this year, ano, would you put in each awards that you think, okay, who would you put in each special awards that you think fits the award? Sa congeniality, hindi ko masyado masabi yan kasi wala tayo doon para mag-observe kung sino yung chika, sino yung chika for the sake of chika, or machika dahil fake, or machika dahil yun talaga siya. So I don't think meron tayong meron tayong masasabi doon. On the photogenic side though, I have several names. I would include Celeste. I would include si Zoraya Coleman. No. Soraya with an S, I think. Soraya of Germany. I'd include, yung oh my God, I forgot her name. Yung Miss Nigeria, I forgot her name. Yung MOBA video niya, yung transformation niya from very simplistic na African to like a diva goddess, parang, and with that neck, my God. Yeah, Nigeria is definitely high on my list when it comes to the Miss Photogenic na title. I'm also including God, what's her face? Mafe. Although parang feeling ko mas nag-age out, mas mature yung look niya with more makeup on, but if you strip the makeup from Mafe's face, she's actually very very pretty. She actually looks very young. Okay, Daniel P. Houston Jr. Sir, Darna costume ba talaga this year? I don't know. Pero doon sa Pachichi ni Tita, nabanggit niya na bra at panty nga daw yung national costume ni Celeste. So maybe there's truth to that na Darna nga. Dustin Perelonia, hello sir, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year din sa'yo, Dustin. Ramdam ko yung lakas ng laban natin and spill the tea, usap-usapan sa loob ng nasagap ng Bluetooth. Wala pa akong nasasagap about that. Mas nag-focus ako ngayon doon sa splook ni Madam Anne. Lemon 23.5, Sir Jason, being a transformational beauty doesn't always mean it's about your resume, but it's the full package of an individual, whether being natural, relatable, or vulnerable self-expression. I think I've explicitly expressed kung ano yung transformational leader, ano yung hinahanap ni Anne from her own words, na it's a mixture of several things. Inspirational, beauty, intellect, and intelligence. So, hindi pwedeng one-sided as I mentioned earlier. Sorry if I might be skipping several of your mga comments. Kasi gusto kong bilisan to because ang bilis ng oras. We're already 45 minutes in or 43 minutes in. And I want to make this an hour long maximum or an hour and 30 minutes. AJ, saan na ba tayo? I think AJ Baay, if it's not Catriona, who do you think is the best female host to do the job? Oh God, bigla akong na mental block kung sino. Maybe Ashley Graham, because there is a dimension of body positivity in her message that I think would be a great fit for Miss Universe. Wala akong maisip na na celebrity host who can do the hosting. Na medyo high profile. So siguro pass muna ako dun sa tanong na yan. Mark Gonzalez, your thoughts on the supposed cocktail opening dresses and swimsuits shown on leaked photos online? I think that's the Miss You updates na nabanggit mo. I don't have any problem with the what do you call this, with the opening dresses. I do think na some of them may be a bit dated because of the too much sparkle, but let's see how it moves on stage, kasi that might be the reason why these are the designs that are, what do you call this, that are selected for the candidates. Same thing with the swimsuits. Laid on flat, I don't see how it's going to look like in a body. So it's better to look at it when nagfi-fitting na sila, because it gives you an idea of how the swimsuit is molded doon sa kanilang katawan. We have a better idea of how the actual lapat of the fabric on their bodies would look like. So there. Johan Sung, yes. O nga, since you updates nga ang nag-post nun. Daniel P. Yuzon, Sir Jason, kung 27 ang age limit, paano sina Bolivia, Ecuador, Puerto Rico, South Korea, Bahamas, 28, USA, Vietnam, who are 28 years old. Also si Ukraine is 29, so wala na silang chance. Again, technicality ang pag-uusapan natin dito. If they are crowned or appointed when they were 27, then they get a pass going to Miss Universe. Jervin C., I think a Latina or Europe wins. Selfish ako kung sasabihin ko na na gusto ko sana Asia ulit. But right now, okay na ako if Rbonney would win. I am a little bit biased on certain Latinas like Colombia and Venezuela, simply because meron silang sustainable practices na isinama doon sa kanilang pageant campaign, which I think is one of the direction that the Miss Universe organization is forging forwards to. So with the Latinas, with the Europeans naman, I think we need to put in several girls like Latvia or Germany and Ukraine in the conversation. Even si Miss Russia, ang ganda-ganda ni Miss Russia. Richard Ampig, Colombia, smiley face. Okay. Ping, magandang gabi po, Sir Jason. Hello, Ping. Nice seeing you again here in our live stream. Thank you for the support. Nababasa ko yung mga comments mo, how you've been defending us doon sa mga ilang mga commenters who I believe are too entitled with their opinions. Pimpale Summit 105 says, India. Yes, Divita Rai. Oh my God. When I saw Divita Rai together with Anna of Thailand, suddenly I am reminded na, oo nga pala, India is on my list, but I failed to mention her during my previous live stream. Oh God, ang ganda pala ni Divita. I think Divita is a quick shoe-in the top 20 and even possibly top 10 of Miss Universe this year. I do hope to see India again in the top 5. It's going to be a tough fight because there's a lot of gorgeous girls in Miss Universe this year, and I hope Divita would push through. Lemuel 23.5. Lately, Miss Anne Jakaphong has been posting of Jeannie Mai in her stories. Is this a hint of Jeannie Mai being the host of Miss Universe 2022? Yes. I do hope they get Jeannie Mai, because Jeannie Mai, after her Miss Universe stint as co-host, has her own talk show, roundtable talk show, which is similar to the concept of The View, Nina Oprah, Nina, oh my God, suddenly I'm lost for the names. The View, Nina, oh my God, I forgot her name. Whoopi Goldberg is one of the panelists doon sa The View. So, Google search nyo na lang yung The View na tawag nito na TV show, talk show sa US. Josh Moore, Jamaica, yes for Toshami, Aruba, Kiara, and Germany, Saraya. Daniel Bizen says, Sir Jason, nakita ko kayo ni Sir Mark sa Cyberpark. Naiala ako lumapit, Cyberpark 2 lang ako nag-work. Hala, sana Daniel nag-say ka ng hello, nag-hi hello ka sa amin. We were so ecstatic doon sa live namin na yun because when we were before the live stream, binabangga namin yung listahan namin sa isa't isa. And halos parehong-pareho kami ng mga girls in our top 7. Because for that live stream, the concept was, ano kaya kung gagawin natin yung idea ni Miss Anne na after ng semi-finalist, cut to 7 kaagad, tapos winner. Walang runners up. What if we do that for our live stream? And that's what we did, and which we got too much flack on because apparently ang mga Pinoy hindi masaya pag top 10 lang ang Pilipinas sa pageant. So Gabby Basiano said it, very succinctly na hindi lahat ng araw Pasko. So we made sure na we deliberate doon sa aming choices. Kaya part of the reason why we were delayed by an hour, we were supposed to come in at 6 p.m. but did so at 7 p.m. Kasi nga nagdebate talaga kami kung paano yan? Wala sa top 7 natin pareho si Celeste. She is on the 8th spot for both of us. So how are we going to justify this? How are we going to make sure na mapag-usapan natin ito in a very polite manner, without sounding condescending, because the last thing that we wanted to do was to demoralize yung kung makita man ni Celeste yung listahan namin. And doon sa listahan namin, we had, I think, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I still have the list. 13, 14, 15, 16 na listahan. Celeste making top 8, I think should not be taken as a pangda-down sa kanya. Kasi doon sa listahan nga namin, hindi namin nailagay si Puerto Rico, considering that she is one of the girls that has a very interesting na resume. Wala rin sa listahan namin si India during that time, and I think we missed a lot of girls simply because yung listahan na 7 masyadong maliit, masyadong masikip, and that is why the difference namin ni Mark was that on the number 6 spot I chose Mafe. He chose, I think, Alessia Rovegno of Peru. So doon lang kami parang nagkaiba ng opinion. Alexa. Hi, Alexa! My God, Alexa, kinakailangan nating magkita soon after Miss Universe. I think pagdating ng binibini, magiging active ka na naman. So, wag mong idahilan na nagmamasterals ka, Alexa, kasi hahanapin kita kina Jonathan. I think binibini pala, for those who are asking, hindi magpaparamdam yan during the Miss Universe season kasi they will give way for Miss Universe to have their moment. Magpaparamdam na lang yan siguro towards the middle or end of January. Okay? Candy Winkle. Hi, hello, Candy. Kumusta? Sir Jason, thank you for all that you do. I will be flying to NOLA to watch the Miss Universe. Oh my God, Candy. Once you got bitten by the Miss Universe bug, you will never, ever be a non-fan of Miss Universe. Do you know po ba sino ang performers and hosts this year? Love from Phoenix, Arizona. Candy, I have no idea, honestly. But alam mo, sa akin, I am really hoping that they bring in mga Asian acts in the Miss Universe pageant. Although I would understand if later on they will have more local acts from Louisiana in the United States kasi yun naman ang turf nila. I don't think that Miss Anne would make the pageant too Asianized because they need to reflect the culture of Louisiana doon sa kanilang pageant. It is one of the most interesting places I've heard in the United States because they have their own, they have their own traditions. And there are quarters, I believe, live in Louisiana that still speak French, if I'm not mistaken. So I hope somebody can correct me on that. Lemuel, nakakatuwa na kaliwat kanan ng media talking with the candidates, especially with Celeste. She was definitely in demand. The sponsor will definitely be getting every candidate's popular. I agree kasi this year, I think with the quality of the candidates, ang daming diyosa, ang daming possible winners, and ang daming dark horses na hindi lang natin napag-uusapan. Now, I think okay na tayo doon sa kay Miss Anne, okay na tayo doon sa what do you call this, doon sa mga updates sa what do you call this, sa Miss Universe, coming from her own lips. So I think the next thing that we are going to need to do is focus on the arrivals ng mga candidates kasi for me, I have several girls na nakalista na doon sa aking listahan ng mga uh, uh, girls na napawawa ko doon sa kanilang arrival outfit. So first, right off the bat, yung red fur and synthetic leather na tawag nito na outfit ni Celeste. I love the fact that yung fur na ginamit niya looks really like it's faux fur, that it's synthetic, hindi siya mukhang authentic na fur. Kasi ang problema sa authentic na fur is that there are some fur farms na unethical yung practice nila, even if they belong with the more what do you call this, more famous na mga fashion houses. So yon, I like the fact that it looks synthetic. I like the fact that she used leather or plastic leather, plastic finished leather doon sa kanyang arrival outfit. I think hands down, she was one of the girls na automatically mapapalingon ka because of her outfit. Another girl na tumatak sa akin during the arrivals is actually Aruba. Now, Aruba, I think I've posted about her in my social media account siguro a couple of days ago. Perhaps, let me see, it was, kailan ba yun? I think 2 days ago lang. Oh no, I think that's Curacao. I think I posted Kiara, I think 3 days ago. Okay, let me check. Yes, it's 3 days ago. And if you look at yung arrival photos niya with Thai sashes na kuha ni Nok, grabe yung glow niya. She was wearing this pink, baby pink ensemble na it goes contrast against her, morena na skin, morena na features. And she just really radiates. And I think people are starting to pay attention to her. And it's all because I believe na kung hindi ko siya na highlight doon sa social media ko, maraming mga pages yung hindi siya mapapansin. And I really hope that you pay attention to this girl simply because wala kang masabi when it comes to her beauty. She has this very very it's not very Latina na beauty eh. Like siguro like Curacao, I think Kiara has this very racially ambiguous na face na hindi mo ma-pinpoint kung Latina nga ba siya or baka naman may lahi siya na Asian or she might even look African because you have to understand yung mga Caribbean islands, they have a significantly large na Afro-Latina and Afro-Caribbean na heritage and what do you call this, and blood lineage. In fact, in Miss Universe 1999, it was regularly mentioned by the hosts that there is a significant Indian na population in Trinidad and Tobago. And I think that's that's one of the reasons why I am so enamored with the Caribbean ladies this year, because ang daming magaganda. In the same time, they're bringing, heavy pageant resume into the competition. Okay. Then I have another girl on my list, which is si Amanda Dudamel of Venezuela. And the reason for that, it's because she was very strategic doon sa kanyang mga outfits for her Miss Universe arrival. Kung tignan nyo yung kanyang mga outfits, and she posted it actually on her social media account, I think on Instagram as well, na yung prototyping of her outfits were done with zero waste. So ibig sabihin, she did the prototyping via a 3D program. I'm not sure if this is CLO. CLO kasi yung program that I am currently familiar with when it comes to 3D rendering and pattern making. Kasi there are softwares in the fashion business that would automatically pattern your design and at the same time put it up as a 3D garment, so that when you print the pattern automatically on fabric, you essentially reduce the sampling process. Kasi in the sampling process, it is most likely that you are using muslin. Cheap na fabric that is usually made of cotton. And muslin, once you've done your draping and your patterns on muslin, at nagawa mo na yung design, which we usually call a toile. It's spelled Toile. When the toile is done, it is perfectly fitted on the whatever body that it's going to be fit in. Yung tela na yon na ginawa mo, tapon na yon. You cannot make that into a prototype garment na pwede mong isuot. No matter how many embellishments that you would put to make it look presentable, hindi mo siya magagamit at all, because one, makati ang muslin if it's not lined. So muslin, especially the cheap ones, mabilis magnisnis, maghimulmol yung fabric, and at the same time, hindi siya built for strength ng matagalan. So what Amanda did was to 3D prototype her garments, and at the same time, yung kanyang arrival outfit na mint with black na print is taken inspiration from a Venezuelan tribal group, yung mga patterns na yon, and incorporated that in the design. So essentially, you have here an outfit that is culturally right, who did not culturally appropriate a culture or a tradition of an indigenous na tribe, and at the same time, it eliminated wastage, which is essentially something that you would want in a sustainable na garment. Okay, so that is what makes the arrival outfit of Amanda something to be really look up into for us in the Philippines. Na we might want to copy this kind of campaign later on. Kasi kung technology lang naman ang pag-uusapan, there are applications that could mimic yung ginawa ni Amanda, na you remove the prototyping na aspect of it and create a sustainable na garment. So and I'm sorry if I'm too passionate about this, because sustainable fashion is one of the topics that I taught last semester in one of the schools that I taught in. And isipin nyo, napakalaking conversation niya with regards to Miss Earth and Miss Universe na pageant. So it's something that we need to start normalizing conversations about, because on my end, when I talk to my students with regards to sustainable fashion, pwede naman na hindi ganun ka-advance yung technology mo on sustainable fashion eh. Pwede naman that you can take items from your wardrobe that is 5 years old, and repurpose it to something new, just like what Gabriel is doing. Um, and speaking of arrivals, Rbonney is actually one of the girls na gusto kong pagtuunan ng pansin dito sa mga tumatak sa akin. Not because of her arrival outfit, not because nagpaandar siya sa kanyang wardrobe or whatnot, but because she drove 5 hours from Texas to Louisiana. And that is so much of a impressive move because the airline industry is one of the industries that has a lot of carbon footprint. And Rbonney knowing that perfectly and incorporating that into her Miss Universe journey is so much impressive kasi naisip niya na instead of taking, an hour flight or a 30-minute flight from Houston to NOLA, she would rather choose the lesser carbon footprint of driving from Texas to Louisiana, to New Orleans. And that is impressive, guys, kasi naisip niya na i-incorporate with all the preparations that she's done for Miss Universe with outfits that are repurposed from old stock fabric. May mga fabric kasi na pag napaglumaan hindi na ibinebenta ng mga fabric jobbers eh. Fabric jobbers are the um, the fabric stores na nagbebenta ng bulto-bulto ng mga fabrics sa mga sa mga designers, brands, etc. And kapag napaglumaan na yung fabric, usually these fabrics are treated for scraps. And Rbonney's, way of getting these end of life na mga fabrics and breathing new purpose, new items out of it is such a dedication to her sustainable na thrust for her Miss Universe journey. Kaya that is why I am so impressed when I've read on her Insta na she drove instead of flying, instead of instead of adding to the larger carbon footprint that the airline industry does, kasi malaki ang wastage, malaki ang kinakain na fuel ng mga eroplano if you travel via air, unless it is absolutely necessary. Now, there's no other way to travel, then maintindihan natin yon. But with Rbonney na may option siya between taking a quick flight that spells convenience, she took the longer route at that allows her to have less carbon footprint doon sa kanyang journey. So that's very impressive. Another girl na we're kind of like impressed sa Arrival is actually Soraya, what do you call this? Soraya Coleman, na in candids, even yung mga candid video niya, ang ganda pala niya. Hindi siya yung tipong, ay, na-photoshop lang kaya siya maganda. No, she actually looks more radiant in person. And I am starting to look at her that she's probably going to be the face of the competition. Pag sinabi mong ganda, pag sinabi mong beauty of face, you automatically think that that is probably something that Soraya has spades and tons of beauty to show us. Face wise, I am very impressed with Soraya doon sa kanyang Arrival. And another girl na gusto kong pag-usapan with regards to with regards to the Arrival is actually, na-mention ko na before, si Virginia Stablum. Because yung Arrival outfit niya, hindi ko talaga maalala. I'm not even sure if she was wearing mint or she was wearing blue or she was wearing whatever color that she's wearing. Kasi ang ganda ng face niya na tipong, oh my God, I am enamored dun sa face niya because I am now looking at her with a new, fresh perspective na hindi lang pala siya Denny Mendez, yung beauty niya, na hindi lang siya tipong Rosario Dawson yung pagkakat ng cheekbones at saka yung napaka-chiseled na jawline. She actually even reminds me of, Miss Universe second runner-up in 2016, Andrea Tovar of Colombia. And gosh, Andrea, when I saw her in Miss Universe in Manila, wala akong masabi. Chocolate skin, very creamy yung kanyang skin. She has this very unassuming na vibe around her na hindi niya alam siguro na maganda siya, pero nararamdaman niya na yung mga tao genuine yung paghanga sa kanya. I don't think that being beautiful has gone to her head when I saw her in Manila in 2016, or rather January of 2017, kasi delayed na nga pala yung Miss Universe that year. And that is the same thing that I am seeing uh, with Virginia, Miss Universe Italy, na ang glowing ng kanyang skin. So I think there's a lot of girls na pag-uusapan natin, na pagdedebatehan natin kung maganda o hindi. I don't think si Virginia Stablum, debatable yung kanyang ganda. She looks good. Another girl na super impressed ako dun sa arrival niya in terms of look and transformation is actually Miss Nigeria, na hanggang ngayon hindi ko mahanap yung kanyang profile sa Miss Universe app. Sandali lang. Let me just refresh siguro yung aking ang aking app, Miss Universe app. For those na who haven't voted yet, your first vote is free on the Choicely Miss Universe app. So make sure na when you vote, wag yung sayangin yung free vote ninyo na tipong, ay, nagkamali lang ako na hindi pala siya dapat yung binoto ko. Make an informed decision on who you are going to vote for. Okay? There. Miss Nigeria, her name is, I hope I don't murder her name. Her name is Hannah Iribogbe. Hannah Iribogbe. And dun sa kanyang profile, she's currently studying business management in Northlake College in Dallas, Texas. Tapos, she's passionate about children, especially young girls, and shows through her charity advocacy and community service. She's the founder of the Montana Initiative, an organization that works to feed 10 million children all over Africa. Wow, that is impressive. She is popularly known as Montana Felix, as she prefers to use her father's last name. Okay, the rest is not as impressive doon sa kanyang the Montana Initiative, kasi I think we need to start paying attention to girls and their bios, especially girls with bios like this na yung organization that she founded is able to feed 10 million children all over Africa. Also, even what's her name? Latvia, Kate Alexieva, isa din siya dun sa mga girls who has a very meaty na resume. She is a chess grandmaster. She is a Olympiad. She is a math and linguistics Olympiad winner. So we need to pay attention to girls who have visible, tangible na mga accomplishments. It's about time that we start not only judging girls based on their physicality and look at that, but also incorporate admiration to girls who have very meaty achievements and accomplishments. It's about time that we stop with the mindset na kapag when we boast about girls who have double degrees, who have MBAs, iniisip ka agad natin, pabibo. I mean, what's wrong with pabibo? If you have the chops, you have the evidence to back it up. Kasi we are so, I believe from my perspective, I think we are so not inundated. We are so spoon-fed by media that mediocrity is okay. To the point na um, comedy skit yung pagiging hindi maalam, na comedy skit yung pagiging bobo o boba. And I think that is a very dangerous thing in society, because it allows us to make normal something that is mediocre. We need to start being appreciative of pageant girls, of politicians na may natapos. We need to start, giving importance to achievements. If kaya nating mabigyan ng importansya yung maliliit na mga achievements, then we should also, by all means, be able to give equal or more importance to um, achievements that spell hard work, achievements that spell grit, passion, and yung force to persevere. Kasi masyado na tayong okay na yan, bahala na mentality. We need to be more appreciative of those people na prove themselves over and over, by either by having secondary education, either by taking up masterals, and PhDs, by someone like maybe Janine Tugonon, na during her Miss Universe stint, she was able to say proudly that at her young age, she was able to buy a house for her and for her mom. I mean, those things are things that needs to be discussed in pageants, na kinakailangan. We have to ensure that these kinds of achievements hindi natin binabaliwala. Okay? So there is so far some of the girls on top of my head with regards to yung arrival nila, whether it's arrival nila na outfit or the way that they arrived in NOLA. Ito yung mga top of my head, impressed ako. Okay, let's go back to the comments. We have here, Candy Winkle, thank you for your generosity. Salamat sa pagsuporta. Third for Marn says, NOLA takes NOLA. Okay, I think you are pertaining to Rbonney, NOLA, Gabriel. Okay, Lemon235, do you agree the hit singer Boson, who sang the hit movie song of One in a Million for Miss Congeniality to perform at Miss Universe pageant this year? I'm on the fence kasi I love yung opening dance ng One in a Million. And that is a choreographed dance by a former Miss Universe choreographer. His name is Michael Swan. I actually did an article of Michael Swan in my blog several years back. So if you have time, go check that out. There is a certain nostalgia with One in a Million na song, but I don't think that will be something that the Miss Universe organization would want to forge ahead, especially that they are moving forward. So maybe for nostalgia, include it in one of their smaller na production numbers, but not necessarily, yun yung magiging entire opening number nila. I think it's too it's too old, so it needs to be remixed so that magkaroon siya ng newness to it. Danielle Pizon, wow, may fashion school lecture pa tayo tonight. Thanks for suggestion. I'm sorry if nadala ako masyado doon sa topic. It's just something that I am really passionate about because for the past 3 years, even before the pandemic, I have started, whenever I buy clothes, I actually calculate the cost per wear, the potential cost per wear. And if the potential cost per wear of that item would be 10 pesos and less within a year na paggamit ko dun sa item na yon, then that's a good buy. whether it's cheap or whether it costs like $100 or 1,500 pesos na article of clothing. If I calculate the number of times that I am going to use it and divide that doon sa price ng item, if I get 10 pesos and less, then for me that is a worth it na buy. And then I've also dug up yung mga clothes that I've worn when I was in Jakarta at around 10 years ago, because I started working in Jakarta around 2011. There are some wardrobe pieces, specifically jeans na with certain alterations pwede pang gamitin ngayon. And I've been repurposing that for my daily wardrobe ngayon. The good thing is medyo pumayat ako. So yung mga clothing na nagkasya sa akin when I was 10 years younger, kasya ko na ulit ngayon. So that's, I think, a way to lessen my carbon footprint. So there. Jella Vlogs, good evening po. Hello Jella, good evening. I hope na nag-enjoy ka ngayon sa ating discussion. Tofi's World, wow, nakahabal ako. Hello Sir Jason. Hello Tofi. I hope na if you missed a huge chunk of our conversation, mag-team replay ka na lang dun sa mga areas na hindi mo naabutan. Jella Vlogs, aside from PH and TH, who are your top picks for Asia Pacific? I would include since USA is technically still in the Pacific, so USA, I would include Vietnam. Right now, si Korea is starting to creep higher on my list. Again, hindi ako magsasawa to keep on saying that Korea's Hannah Kim is a multi-hyphenate. She's a ballerina. She is a linguist pala. She's a translator and she's also a photographer. And in fact, doon sa latest post ko sa kanya, I think na-mention ko doon na recipient siya National Award for Photography and for ballet performance. So, keep an eye on her, please. Kasi Hannah Kim benefits after the win of Miss Earth. Hala, na mental block ako kay Miss Earth. Okay. Kay Miss Earth, nananalo from Korea. Isipin ko mamaya, bigla akong na mental block. Nimrod, Love Nimrod says, go Celeste. Dorothy V. Jones says, to me, this is also a test for Celeste's management team on being abreast with trends and developments in pageantry. Appreciate more how our reps must be molded in the coming years, or probably find elements that would make the prep more modern. Dagdag pa ni Dorothy, hope there isn't any stagnation or resistance. The tried and tested way of entering an international pageant should always be challenged. I agree, because there is a part where if you don't move forward, you are actually retrogressing. Na the reason for that is because everybody else is moving forward, napag-iiwanan ka. Let's never stop learning and growing. And I think that's, if you are going to wrap up yung ating conversation today with regards to the Miss Universe and what Anne is looking for in a Miss Universe winner, yung growth is important. The aspect of growth, the aspect of continuously learning and improving yourself, that I think is one of the aspects, not the aspect, but one of the aspects of transformational leadership. Na kapag titignan ka ng mga tao, nakikita nila yung may progression ka in your career, may progression ka in terms of how you are constantly improving for yourself, for your family, for your community. And I think that is a good way of maintaining, relevance and modernity in an ever-changing na pageant world, because next year, in the next 2 years from now, there might be additional, yes, Mina Chui, Mina Su Choi of Miss Earth. Ayan. Thank you, Daniel. As I was saying, pageants evolve. So in the next 2 or 5 years even, baka magbago yung anong hinahanap ng mga pageant organizations in a winner. So there. I hope na you are able to learn something from this live stream. I hope na-explain ko ng maayos this time around at nakinig kayo doon sa mga succinct points that I stressed throughout this live stream. And hindi ito magiging huli nating live stream for Miss Universe. Once na may mga updates na crucial updates, I will be doing a live stream and tackling those developments. Ayan. So thank you everyone for joining me in today's live stream. Thank you for your generosity with your time and your efforts na makinig sa rant ko on sustainable practices. Thank you for the support that you've extended in our channel. For those of you na hindi pa nag-subscribe or are new in our channel, please do subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more pageant related commentaries, more insightful and more well thought out content for everyone to enjoy. Ayan. Thank you as well for allowing me to do yung semi-lecture na live stream today. Thank you very much for paying attention, and I hope to see everyone in our next live stream, probably in the next several days before siguro the finals and prelims ng Miss Universe. So thank you very much. Have a nice evening or have a good day wherever you are in the world. And let's see each other soon in our next episode. Bye and take care.